This could be good for me. Lately I was feeling like I need a purpose.
So taking the lead now, I want to really take this thread from you to my country. And every time I touch upon this aspect, which I feel very, very deeply, when I look around, around my vicinity, around my area, there are females, who are especially towards their mid-age, plus 40s, 50s. And I see that they have, despite, reproducing children and, running their families, they haven't really explored their own bodies. They haven't really moved. They haven't really felt what movement and embodiment, or, just be proud of. Like, the women are shy of their own bodies. They just want to preserve it. And they're not comfortable in their own bodies. So that's why the curbing of confidence is there, the curbing of, the expression lacks because of all this. So since you have started this initiative and you're so excited about it, why don't you, like, since sharing is caring, why don't you, just share a few tips and tricks or a few exercises, like what message that you want to, give out there to such females who are so shy and coy, and they don't even want to lift their hand while dancing because they're like, oh my god, what people may think about me, or how am I looking? I'm fat, so I'm not supposed to dance. I'm not supposed to go to the gym. I'm not supposed to do so many other things. So this body just needs to sit and sob, basically. And I find it very, very disappointing.
Hmm. I mean, so for me personally, I can hear that and I can totally empathize, but I know that it hasn't. I feel kind of lucky that I've been, ever since being a child, I've been a very physical person, and I've been given means to express myself physically and in different ways. And maybe, I mean, we can all have moments of self-consciousness or be a little bit shy, but I'm definitely not a very shy person. So it hasn't really been something that has held me back a lot. But for example, I rollerblade, right? I also helped to run an indoor skate park for many years, and I rollerblade, on ramps, and I can do some tricks and things. But I'm not somebody who I have not done that ever since I was a young child. Although I kind of did, but not in the way that I do now. And so, and again, that can be a very male-dominated environment. So that is one area where I can feel like, yeah, I understand that how you can be held back by that culture of male-dominated, the kind of expectations, or feeling like the eyes are on you if you're going to do something, and if you're not very good at it, if you're going to fall over or look silly, or like, how will people judge me, so I do understand that. I feel though, in this human form, in the body that you have now, this is your time. You don't have that body forever. And if you're not going to live fully, if you're not going to experience everything that life has to offer for you, there is not another time for you to do that. Like, you can do that now in this lifetime. And really, when you come close to the end of your life, whenever that will be, one of the things I've heard some very interesting discussions, informed by research, in conversations with people when they are older and before they die. And one of the most common things that people say is that they wish they had not been worried about what other people thought. That when you get to a certain age, you realize, I mean, it's my life. It's nobody else who is living my life for me. It's me, And really, if somebody is critical of me or has a judgment of me, what difference does it really make to me? They are not going to live with my challenges, and they are not going to live with my successes. Their opinion is their opinion at the end of the day. It's their problem. It's not my problem. So for me, I think the idea that we get to experience the world fully, and that may mean different things for different people. Not everybody wants to be an acrobat and jump around and hang off things or swing off things. But whatever for you means living life fully and getting the full spectrum of human experience, living in the world as a sensual being, and experiencing diversity, the different opportunities that are there in our lives. And our body is a tool, it's a resource too for us to help us to experience the world in different ways. And I understand, yes, we all sometimes have worries about how we look. You know, are we fitting a certain kind of image or whatever? And it's easier for some people to ignore that or to manage those feelings than for others. But at the end of the day, I like to try to think of it as much as possible like this. What can my body do for me? Can my body take me through a jungle and smelling the amazing smells, or hearing the sounds of the birds, or feeling the different sensations underneath my feet? Can it dance? Can it join music and bring other people pleasure in the collective experience of enjoying that thing together? What can my body do? And so it's so important what does it look like, but what can it do? And how can that bring pleasure to me and to other people? And I understand there are various cultural pressures. There are cultural pressures here in the culture in which I live, which may be somewhat different in some cases to some of the cultural pressures where you are. But at the end of the day, we have to decide for ourselves, what is this bringing me? This cultural framework that is around me, is it helping me? Is it supporting me? Is it giving me the opportunity to live my life fully as a human being, or is it restricting me? And we can choose. We can decide which parts of that culture we wish to engage with. And I know that can be a cost to that. What about the children after you? What about the girls and boys who are growing up watching your example? What would you want for them? Because you have to model that for them. They cannot grow up with those values unless you are showing them how to do it. So if you are embarrassed by your body, then it's going to be likely that your daughter also will be embarrassed by her body. And if your hope is that your daughter is not embarrassed by her body, then really you have to try to show her how to love herself. So yeah.
How beautifully you have explained, Rosa. I'm really touched and in awe that yes, listen to your body, that how can this body, perform for me, not for others, and allow that body to, yeah, go wherever it needs to be flowed. Yeah, lovely. So now let's do some fun things, Rosa. Thank you so much. Like, I really didn't know that you have such wisdom and insights inside you as a woman. Like, I've always seen you in clowning things, so I've always thought that, oh, she's so funny. But of course, that respect was always there, that she's combining it with social justice. And oh my God, from where does she drive her energy and, to really passionately work for the cause? You really need a lot of energy, because yes, there are judgments around, your self critique of your own, and to still keep going on is a mission in itself. So hats off to you for that, Rosa. And if you can, delightfully show some flashes of clowning, I'm not saying like we fully perform here, so we can convert this rapid fire, usually which happens in talk shows and interviews, we can convert it into a clowning rapid fire segment. Yeah. All right. So I'll shoot one word or